It's Your Money, sponsored by Strategic Wealth Designers.
The Secure Act 2.0 that President Biden signed into law at the end of last year made some big changes that could affect you in retirement, also for saving for retirement. Rob Lessio joins us today to talk about those changes. And you want to start with the required minimum distributions. That's for people who are already retired, right?
Absolutely. It is. Well, it's really more for people that when they reach a certain age, they're required to start taking the money out of their IRAs or their 401ks or their Roth 401ks. For whatever reason, whenever we do these Secure Acts, we sneak them in right there at the very end of the year, and they're very hardly discussed as we're going into the next year. So the big takeaway is RMDs, as of last year, required minimum distributions. If you were the age of 72, you're required to start pulling out a percentage of those. Now, moving forward, that's 73, but where it gets really exciting, if you would, is in the year 2033, it's expected to bump that number up to 75. Why that's so important is because you can do some serious tax planning beforehand so that you may not have a tax burden down the road.
So are they saying that Americans are living longer, so you have more time, maybe? I don't know. What's the thought process?
Yeah, absolutely. Americans are living longer. So some of the other changes we may see, which people probably won't like, but I understand it, is right now full retirement age for Social Security is somewhere between 66 and 67, depending on the year that you were born. I can foresee with some of the younger generations that number getting bumped up to 70, maybe 72, gosh, maybe 75 down the road. People are living longer. So you got to do some math, make some hard decisions.
So one thing is put more money into that 401k, and this new change in the law also allows you to contribute more per year. That's one thing. But one thing you mentioned earlier was that there is some way that you could put your company match in a Roth IRA. I'd not heard that. How do you do that?
Yeah, okay. So, for example, at our firm, with our employees, when they put in their money, they can choose to put it into a Roth. That's what we advise, because then it'll be tax-free down the road. The match has always gone into a traditional 401k. Moving forward, though, the company can actually put it into a Roth. And so what that is, it increases the tax burden for now, but it decreases the tax burden for the future. And here's the thing. Some people think that when they go into retirement, they're going to pay less in taxes. And I'd argue that's hardly the case, because if you live on $7,000 a month right now, you're going to live on $7,000 a month in retirement, because you have a lot more of one thing, and that's time. And you're going to fill it with money, or with things that cost money. And I don't know, if you look around, it doesn't look like taxes are going down anytime soon.
I was going to say, they kind of tend to go in one direction. All right. The prices go in one direction as well. All right. Thanks so much for this and other business related news. Go to local12.com/community. Good to see you.
You too.